The annual ryegrass lowboy is breaking down. It's not giving any trouble for the crop to come through. The crimson clover also breaking down. So we can see here that we've got real good emergence. Corn's about 3 leaves. A nice rain shower here on May the 30th.
Hi, this is Joy Beam with King's AgriSeeds. I'm here with a bag of our Lowboy Annual Ryegrass. This is a really unique product. This Lowboy Annual Ryegrass is different than most. It grows quite a bit shorter. It's also really easy to terminate, which makes it different than other ryegrasses. One unique way that you can implement this is using it for planting green. Since it grows shorter, that means that there's less material there to wrap, but it also does a really good job at suppressing weeds and still giving you something that's going to capture that extra nitrogen and all the extra nutrients in the soil. So let's go out to the field. David Hunsberger, our regional coordinator, has grown some of this along with crimson clover as a cover crop this year. And let's go check it out and see what it looks like in the field. David, you have a beautiful field of cover crop. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the concept of the mix?
Sure. So, a lot of people talk about diversity and how important that is, and I think that's so true. And yet there's some folks who are not willing to go the whole way. And so the concept behind this particular mix is it's diverse, but it's the simplest diversity you can get. We have a single legume, Dixie crimson clover, and a single ryegrass. This happens to be Lowboy Annual Ryegrass from Smith's. And I put them together in a single species mix, one of each, one legume, one grass. And the crimson's in at 15 pounds to the acre, okay, and the annual ryegrass is in at 10 pounds to the acre. So the concept was we wanted to have bioaccumulation, soil improvement, and we want to also plant green in this particular strip. You can see we're on a pretty good slope here. Happy Hollows, because we have a lot of hills here, and so having an active growing cover crop is really important, not just for soil health, but to hold the soil in place. Been planting green for a couple of years. And one of the things that the custom planter I work with, he has spiked closing wheels. And we know when we get that 5-foot rye, if we can't roll it down, I don't own a roller yet, so we're trying to make do with the equipment we have. So that real long, like triticale or real tall spelt, things like that, or cereal rye can be a problem. I've had some folks planting at 30 pounds to the acre. I just didn't think I was going to have enough root mass with cereal rye at 30 pounds the acre. Plus we'd have the height, so this lowboy should be much, much lower.
And David, what makes this Lowboy Annual Ryegrass different than other species of annual ryegrass?
So it's selected like a turf type annual ryegrass. So what we're going to hope to show today is we've got a low canopy height. This is April the 16th, okay? So we got a low canopy height with the crimson coming. We should have root mass that would be very similar to the regular annual ryegrass without so much top growth.
Okay, so less wrapping on those spike closing.
That's what we're hoping for. Exactly.
Absolutely. Cool.
So we're going to try to dig here a little bit with a narrow spade. This is Weichert Edom complex. So WEC for the soil classification, and it's C or D, so we've got a lot of slope. So just for a point of reference, Joy, we're looking at a southern slope here. I brought my King's 4-inch stick. So you can see here, we've got a growth here about 9 to 10 inches on this April the 16th. We're going to go over to the northern slope, and we're going to see probably a little less growth. Here's a spot even a little more robust in that 10 to 12 inch table height. So it looks like we have about a maximum of about 6 to 8 inches here as far as the canopy height. This is the northern slope. This strip wraps around the farm. We'll dig this. I think the lowboy might be a little more prevalent here than the Dixie in this particular piece. So we picked a sunny spot to run the cold water off these plants. We did notice that the northern face, the soil was more of a flat area, and the soil was easier to dig through, and it came off better. You can see that the glomalin really was holding at those active roots. It took a long time for us to wash this soil up here. Look at these nice structure, this fibrous root structure, and you could just see the aggregation of that soil. So the ryegrass is definitely doing what we wanted to see it doing. You can see here we did plant this field no-till and spray it with Roundup and 2,4-D. Those were the desiccants to terminate the crop that
planter with the spike closing wheels had no difficulty getting in and getting the ground covered. No wrapping, had row cleaners on the front. You can see the field here standing green. So this should be Lowboy Crimson, 15 pounds, annual ryegrass Lowboy at 10 pounds. Thank you very much. Happy growing.